Okay guys, you all know the drill, so let's just jump straight into it. So on my previous video, I told you that I saw Diamond Platnumz's sister ESMA going at the interview with Wasafi, and I told y'all that we definitely gonna hear some BS coming off of that interview. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't ask her anything regarding herself, because she's not that interesting, okay? And then go ask her anything about Diamond Platnumz's music. Yes, they're definitely gonna ask about Diamond, but not music, okay? Musically. They're gonna go after the women, the babies, the excess, the alleged, and so on and so forth. So, the videos have already started coming out, honey, just like I told y'all, okay? Esma, I can't believe you and Diamond Platnumz's baby mamas were close. Like, I would have expected that in as much as, yeah, you're all about your brother and you go wherever your brother goes, you are a woman, and you more than anybody else should know exactly how it feels when that man starts showing you shaggy. But to see that you are the one who is inciting, you're the ones who is adding salt on injury, it's nasty. It's very, very nasty, okay? So Esma goes on Wasafi, of course, and they ask her a simple question. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many siblings are you? And she said, we are only two of us who came from the same man, but different, you know, they have different dads, right? And the interviewer, okay, I feel like they were trying to be messy, honey, and stay with me, honey, stay with me, because we're going to reach that. And the presenter go ahead and ask her, you know, I see you in your house, there's so many kids, you know, I wouldn't have tell if it was only 2 kids, which is just you and Diamond. And let's listen as we go ahead with this video.
Watoto wake na mimi pia na watoto wangu. Kwa tunaweza kusema jumla familia yetu, tunasema familia ya mama Dangote. Mpo wangapi? Familia ya mama Dangote. Na sikuwa na watoto wa.
Okay, let's stop there, right? She know goddamn very well that there's some sort of controversy when it comes to how many kids that Diamonds have, okay? We know 4, but Diamond, you know, a few years later had like some sort of selective amnesia, and remember he only had 3, and he denied 1. You only say he had 3 that we are seeing in his life currently. And you know, it's been said that Zuchu gave birth. It's been said that Aaliyah also have a 2-year-old. So her starting to count Diamond Platnumz's kids, because the lady asked her, how many are you from Mama Dangote's family? Instead of her just saying we are 2 of us and each have their own kids, I ain't gonna go deep into that, she decided to start counting, and that is where the drama comes in. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's continue.
Wewe kwanza nahesabu. Nasema na watoto 3. Wewe kwanza nahesabu. Nasema na watoto 3.
And voila, that is what she wanted. That thing of her trying to count silently, but saying the final number loudly, is her trying to attack and defend. Yeah? So her going ahead to say that Diamond only have 3 children. The 2 that belongs to Zari, South Africa, and of course 1 that belongs to the Kenyan socialite, Tanasha Donna. And with her saying this, is going to subject Mr. Bobeto for trolling, because bloggers are gonna report on it, and while them reporting on it, there are people who are gonna troll. You know what I'm saying? I remember having a conversation with somebody when Diamond did the big interview where he revealed he only had 3 children, and I told that person that Amisa better fix this now, because this thing will not stop now. Every time there's a birthday, every time there is a Father's Day, anytime somebody talk about how many children he have, people will always bring Hamisa Mobeto's kid out, and this kid is growing up. At some point, he will start asking questions. And for big-headed ESMA, Lord of mercy, to be out here subjecting Dylan for trolling, ain't cool.
Na mimi na watoto wawili, mmoja baki.
Bye. Nobody care about your kids. Girl, bye. You notice how they cut off that part? Because nobody gives an F. The reason why they're asking about, the reason why they post, they make sure that she said what she said, and they make sure that that part is there, loud and clear, is because they only care about Diamond Platnumz and his women side of the content, but not how many kids big-headed ESMA have. You know what I'm saying? And as for Diamond Platnumz, bro, you better just, I don't know what you have to do, because you are the ones who brought this situation. You are the one who did an interview and talked about your 3 kids and opened up how you wanted another DNA, and talked about how you did not believe in the DNA system in Tanzania, and so on and so forth. But anyway, tell me how you feel about it down in the comment section. I'm going to read you some of the comments, okay? Because there are some who believe when ESMA said 3, she meant the 3 kids is 1 with Hamisa, 1 with Tanasha, and 1 with Zari, because there was alleged that Zari's second kid did not belong to Diamond, because when Diamond and Zari were dating and they were, having their relationship, Zari was still living in South Africa with a husband, not husband, ex-husband. I don't know if they were divorced. But anyway, so there are some who believe, include putting some resemblance, that baby Neelan look like the brothers, the bigger brothers, the older brothers which belong to Zari's first husband. So there are some who always say that Diamond did a DNA, but Zari put a condition: if you go love my kids, you have to love both of them. Just like, there was a scenario with Tifa's first DNA situation, of where, Zari was forced to have a DNA with baby Tifa, right? And that one was confirmed. But baby Dylan is the one that apparently Hamisa was saying, if I'm going to have another DNA with my son, Dylan, okay? Zari's is Neelan. Hamisa is Dylan. So Hamisa said, if I'm going to have another DNA with my son Dylan, then Neelan have to have 1 too. Okay? And of course, there's a video where Zari said that nothing like that has ever happened, okay? Diamond has never done a DNA with the Neelan, ever, okay? So these were some of the comments. Somebody said, Sema ESMA unarombaya bwana, kwa hiyo yule wa Hamisa sio wenu, si ndio mkuu hamna? No, my Manasweli listeners, this person is basically saying that you have a bad heart, ESMA. So you mean to tell us that the one with Hamisa is not your blood? Why are you like this, of course? Another person also said, hold on, let me try and see if I'll be able to click on it. Yeah. Kumbe wa Hamisa sio wenu to Manasweli listeners, so Hamisa's doesn't belong to y'all. Another one said, jamani wanne, please, there are 4. Not 3. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, ESMA could have just said Diamond have children and not put a number on it. Of course, another person said kwa Zari 2 and kwa Tanasha 1, kwa Mobeto 1. How comes wawe 3? Are you serious? Of course, this person is saying Zari have 2, Tanasha have 2. No, Zari have 2, Tanasha have 1, Mobeto have 1. Are you serious? Why are you saying there are 3? Again, I repeat, big-headed ESMA, okay, know exactly what she's doing. And I pray that husband of hers continue to give her pepe. Another person said, sijaelewa watu watatu kivipi? Sema ESMA unarombaya bwana. Of course, I've already read this one. Of course, there were so many comments there. You can go on Wasafi. The post is still up there. You can go and read it. ESMA know exactly what she was doing. Okay, I don't know what they're up to, but they're definitely up to something, because they kept on announcing that there's something that they're planning to do. And I would have think, because it's been said that Aliyah have a child, Zuchu now have a kid. For ESMA to have just said Diamond's children and my children, and because Diamond has said in the past he have kids that he's paying school fee for. So if I was ESMA, since you don't want this kid to be the subject of trolling today, you could have just said Diamond have multiple kids. It could be his, it could be some that he's helping pay school fee for. So all of that are Mama Dangote's kids, okay? There's no difference between blood relative or blood grandkids, or, you know, biological or adoptive, yeah? So, yeah, that's just about it. I believe ESMA knew goddamn well what she was doing, and this is what she wanted, and she got what she wanted. I can't wait to hear more of what she said, because I remember I told you that this girl definitely gonna say something. She was definitely gonna say some things, honey. She shouldn't forget that she has girls too. You can take the cheating husband, but can your kids do? Anyway, keep it classy, stay messy. Let's chop it down in the comment section. I want to hear what you have to say about this topic. Right here is a big discussion. I've seen a lot of commentaries, bloggers posting it. Anyway, keep it classy, stay messy.